In the heart of the bustling city of Orchestra, nestled between old brick buildings, stood a quaint little music shop named Melody's Echo. It was owned by Mr. Whitman, an elderly man with a passion for fine instruments. His most prized possession was a rare Stradivarius violin, displayed prominently in a glass case. One crisp autumn morning, Mr. Whitman arrived at the shop to find the glass case shattered and the violin missing. Panic surged through him as he realized the theft could ruin him. He quickly called the police, and Detective Emma Sinclair, renowned for her sharp mind and keen instincts, was assigned to the case. Emma arrived at the scene, her dark coat billowing in the wind. She carefully examined the broken case and noted the precision with which it had been smashed. "This wasn't a hasty smash and grab," she muttered. "The thief knew exactly what they were after." She interviewed Mr. Whitman first. He was devastated, describing how the violin had been in his family for generations. "It's priceless," he said, his voice shaking. "Only a few people knew of its true value." Emma noted down the names: the shop assistant, Lily, a local musician, Anton, and a mysterious customer who had recently shown unusual interest in the violin. Lily was a young woman, passionate about music and loyal to Mr. Whitman. "I would never steal from Mr. Whitman," she insisted. "He's like a father to me." Emma believed her, sensing genuine distress in her eyes. Anton, a talented but struggling musician, was next. He admitted he had admired the violin but denied any involvement in the theft. "I wouldn't risk my career for a stolen instrument," he said, looking genuinely offended. The mysterious customer, a man named Victor, proved more elusive. Emma tracked him down to a luxurious apartment downtown. Victor was suave and confident, denying any wrongdoing with a charming smile. "I appreciate fine instruments," he said, "but I wouldn't resort to theft." Emma left Victor's apartment, unconvinced. She decided to delve deeper into his background and discovered he had a history of shady dealings in the black market for rare items. She knew she had to tread carefully. The next day, Emma returned to the shop, her mind racing with possibilities. She observed the shop again, noting every detail. Suddenly, something clicked. The violin's display case had an old security camera aimed at it, but the footage hadn't been reviewed yet. Emma hurried to the back room, where Mr. Whitman kept the recordings. She skimmed through the footage from the night of the theft and spotted a figure dressed in black, moving swiftly and deliberately. As the thief turned towards the camera, a distinctive tattoo on his wrist became visible. It was a design Emma had seen before, on Victor. Armed with this evidence, Emma confronted Victor. Under the weight of irrefutable proof, his charming demeanor cracked, and he confessed. He had intended to sell the violin on the black market, but now his plans were ruined. With the violin recovered, Mr. Whitman was overjoyed. "Thank you, detective," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. "You've saved my family's legacy." Emma smiled, feeling the familiar satisfaction of a case closed. As she left the shop, she glanced back at the restored display, the Stradivarius violin gleaming in the sunlight. Another mystery solved, and justice served in the heart of Orchestra.